the video starts, I want to tell you guys thank you so much for all the likes and all the comments in the comment section. It helps out tremendously, more than you guys know. And for today's comment, I want you guys to throw down there what your favorite movie is. Movie or TV show. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of looking for something else to watch. I'm kind of into action movies and obviously like car movies and stuff as well. Talladega Nights is definitely a huge favorite of mine. But throw yours in the comment section down below. And yeah, back to the video.
Guess who?
This is 6 on that, nigga.
Yep, no, there it went. Oh shit. Papi chulo. Ow!
Out with the benches, my friend. Out with the benches. Dude, there's an echo in the garage now, Braven.
Yeah.
I think the neighbors think that we're moving out. They're all celebrating and shit. Serious, they're having a party. That's the whole reason.
They've had a party last week. They're excited for it.
Alright, let's go. You know what's funny is we spend all this time cleaning up one area of the house just to now make it a mess. Dude, there's shit everywhere. Yeah, we cleaned up the backyard. Now we're making it a mess in order to clean up the garage. But we gotta get all the stuff out of our way, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm not gonna lie. I really like how much room there is inside of this garage whenever you don't have anything in it. I mean, obviously we need to put a workbench back in here. We need to be able to work on stuff, you know what I'm saying? But think about moving this shelf and just leaving that wall empty. So then, you know, we have more room in here. That's kind of the whole point of this entire thing, is just trying to have more room. I've got just about as much stuff out of here that I need to get out of here. All of this up here is gonna go inside of the storage shed out there. So I'm gonna get that all down. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna go ahead and just leave all of this. We could organize it and stuff, but I mean, for the most part, like, this is a little kind of one of those messes that's okay, because we really know where everything's at, honestly. And then this shelf here is gonna stay. I've almost got this toolbox all emptied out. I moved all this stuff into the new toolbox. I still have some more stuff I gotta do. More stuff I gotta go through. I mean, dude, this is an accumulation of like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That I've had this toolbox. So a lot of it can probably just be thrown away, if I'm being honest. But it's time for some demolition. Fuck nails. Never been able to open the door all the way like this. Kind of.
Oh my.
Kind of nice.
that is nice. We might have to position the shelf enough.
That shelf's just about as long as the shelf we just took out. So look at it all the way open while you can there, buddy.
Yeah.
Not no more. Finally got this thing all emptied out, 100% emptied out. So we're gonna be pressure washing the floor and just trying to get all the paint that's gonna break loose and come out. Like, just get it as clean as we possibly can, because I'm just gonna do the same thing again. I'm just gonna paint it. No, I'm not doing any kind of coating or anything expensive like that. I'm just gonna smear a bunch of paint all over it, man. It's not gonna last very long, just like this didn't, but that's all right with me. That's okay. We're using Braven's Papi Chulo over here.
Papi Chulo just squirted all over me, my friend.
Okay, Mr. 4400 PSI. So one of the biggest things that I am wanting to get done during this 2 weeks is actually lay some concrete. And now we are already about 3/4 of the way into my 2-week vacation. I'm gonna need a vacation from my vacation, tell you what. But I'm wanting to extend my back porch 12 feet out this way, and it's about 30 feet wide. For the most part, I need to lay a 12 feet by 30 feet concrete pad right here, which is going to double my back porch. From there, the idea is to put a covered area over, you know, like that thing that I have out front. This right here is what I'm talking about. I want to build another one of these in the backyard and put lights underneath it, the same as we have out front. With this extension, that'll give us enough room that we can work on 2 cars very comfortably. But if we had to, we can put 3 cars next to each other and still have enough room to get all the way around them. Future plans, obviously I'm just going to be extending from here. Future plans is to go all the way over. I will say, with it being open, it'll be a lot cooler than working inside of this enclosed area of my garage. And which, look, we got the concrete pretty much all stripped. Raven went hard on this yesterday, got as much of this paint up that will come up, which is perfect. We're just gonna lay down some new paint, clean this place up, make it look a little bit nicer. I had a contractor show up yesterday morning, and this is the reason why I say this is supposed to already be done. The guy gave me a price. I reached out for quite a few quotes. This is on Facebook. He gave me a quote which beat all the rest, and he's one of those freaking talkers, man. He was a good talker. Supposed to have started on it yesterday and had been pouring concrete this morning. But the dude showed up, and the very first thing he did was upcharge me. You know what I'm saying? He jumped up another $500 from his original price, bro. I'm trying to talk to him, like, dude, you told me online that it was gonna cost this, and then he was gonna add some of that fiber stuff into the concrete, in which I have the messages where he says, we'll even add fiber. I'll throw that in for free. And then now he's here trying to freaking upcharge me by saying, oh, we have to add fiber, which is another $100, and this, and like, it's like, bro, what? Like, you literally said you agreed to a price before you even came out. I sent this dude a lot of videos, bro. I walked this whole entire thing, sent him videos of the whole thing. So what he was trying to tell me is that he's gonna have to move a lot of dirt. I explained to him that the only place where it comes up is right here. You see how, like, down here is really low compared to the concrete, so you can see how much of the concrete is sticking out right here. Some of these areas kind of come up to the concrete, which that needs to be cleared out. But for the most part, this concrete is sitting quite a bit higher than the dirt itself. So for him to say that there's a lot of dirt that needs to be moved is just, that's stupid. That doesn't need to be done. I told him, I was like, you know what, man, I'll have to get back to you and let you know. And then he got a freaking attitude. Like, he got pissed off, and immediately when I said that, he's like, oh, I don't need to, I'm not coming back for this shit. And he freaking storms off to my gate, bro, and he's opening the gate backwards. I'm like, are you all right, man? I'm like, and you're opening my gate backwards. He just continues trying to open the gate, trying to force it open. I'm like, it opens out. It doesn't open in. But he's not paying any attention to me. He gets out of the gate. I go over there to go shut the gate behind him. And I'm like, you know, that I can't believe you're gonna get disrespectful with a person like that on their property. Like, I'm supposed to be a customer. He's like, disrespectful? I'm not getting this, dude. Whatever. Anyhow, I have learned through this experience that fuck contractors. I don't want anything to do with them. And this is the reason why I do all my shit myself, because You know, otherwise you have to deal with pieces of shit like that. Anyhow, I ran out and grabbed some basics. I mean, I already had a tape measure, but my big tape measure broke. So I grabbed me a new tape measure, some level lines, some string, so we can, you know, I've watched a lot of videos on how to do this. So we need string to be able to actually run and grade it and make sure everything's level and yada yada. I got some, I might end up having to go get some more rebar, but I got some rebar because I'm gonna have to drill holes into the existing concrete. So you gotta drill holes and then you gotta pound this rebar in about halfway, so that whenever we pour the new concrete, they kind of like bond with one another and you don't have one of them sinking or raising at a different level than the other. And then of course we got a bunch of stakes, what's going to be holding the wood forms. So I got to put wood forms in to hold the, you know, obviously to hold the concrete whenever. I did not buy wood because I've already got wood. We picked up a bunch of 2x6, in which I should be using 2x4, but I'm gonna make the 2x6 work because of how expensive wood is nowadays. So yeah, I've got a bunch of this 2x6. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Here we go. I'm just gonna get into this. This is where I'm at so far. I will say I've already saved myself 500 bucks because the dude charged me, he was trying to charge me an extra 500 bucks just because of this dirt he had to move away from the edge of the concrete. I threw a few stakes out and ran a level line. So this pink rope right here, this is actually level. All three sides, that's all level. So I can measure down and see exactly where I'm at. What I think I'm doing right now is called grading. I think that's what I'm doing. Anyhow, I was looking it up to see how much the concrete needs to slope down, because I want any water or anything that lands on this to actually flow towards the yard, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to flow towards the house, and I don't want it to just puddle to where we have to like constantly be sweeping it away. And of course everybody has a different opinion, man. Like I saw somebody said you have to do an 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch for every foot. So that means that this outer edge would have to be 3 inches lower than where it's touching the concrete up there. So it has to slope for a total of 3 inches. I think I'm gonna play it safe and I'm gonna do 2 inches. So basically this outside edge, when this is all done, I want my concrete out here as far as being level. Where it touches the existing slab out to this point, I want this point to be 2 inches lower than that point up there. So I saw some other people saying it's like 1/8 of an inch for every foot, basically 1 inch for every 8 feet. That would come out to 1.5 inches out here, where I saw another person was saying that 1/4 of an inch for every inch, which would come out to 3 inches. So I'm kind of right in the middle, you know what I mean, from what I have found online through my research. I may be overthinking it, I don't know, but I know I do need some kind of slope for water to run off. All right, I don't know concrete lingo. Put in the comments down below if any of my DB fam does concrete. And you better not be local, because I was asking for help on Facebook, you bastards. No, I really do wish I had somebody from the DB fam locally that did concrete. I mean, I'm not looking for anything for free, but I'm also not looking to spend $8,000 on a freaking patio. This is probably gonna take me a while because, like I said, I've never done this before and I wanna make sure it's right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the whole thing nice and even. I'm gonna try to do a good job, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, I feel like I've done enough research to be able to do this. The hard part is gonna be whenever you're actually pouring concrete and trying to get it smoothened out. The biggest thing is I don't have the tools to do it. Like, you need a bull float and all the tools for rounding the edges and putting the lines in the concrete and all that. I don't have those tools, and for me to go out and buy those tools, I may as well start doing concrete for a living, because those tools aren't cheap. course there's gotta be a concrete stump right in the way where it is I gotta put this form. Dude, I mean, look. Freaking dead center of the damn thing. All right, so I have the basics all done already. So string running right there is level. I have my string level on there, and it is starting at the existing slab over there. And then if you come down here to this end, take the tape measure and check, we are exactly 2 inches below level. So that means that at the very tip, this is going to be 2 inches lower than up there, and that's exactly what we're looking for. I did that on both sides, so the sides are where they need to be. Now I have to go through and add more stakes and screw them in. So if you see, I have a stake down here, and I got a stake up at the front on both sides so that I can hold it to our grade where we want it to be. And now I'm just going to go through and add more of these stakes for strength so that this doesn't move whenever we fill it up. And then I just have to go along and basically pull the tape measure, you know, every so often, like right here from the concrete to here, make sure it's 12 feet, put a stake, and then check and make sure that this is level, and then screw it down. And then just do that all the way down. Well, I am finally done for the most part. I went ahead and I got it all wet because this dirt is really powdery, especially whenever you agitate it. Like, I've been in here raking and trying to get this as smooth as I possibly can, well, even as I possibly can, and that makes the dirt really soft. So I went through and I got it like soaking wet so that it'll kind of compress it back down, especially around here where I dug these trenches. That's gonna, you see how that's dropped down? I did have it level, and I kind of stomped it down with my foot, but getting it wet will really compress it down even more. So I probably will have to later on come back and put a little bit more dirt around the edge. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of proud that I did this myself. So anyhow, I can't really do anything else to it today. But moving on with our day, I think it's time to go ahead and start putting some paint down on this floor. Now, I was at Home Depot and I was looking at paint for the floor. They had like no epoxy kits. I wanted to just price them. I knew that it is gonna be too expensive. I'm not looking to spend $200-300 freaking dollars, but I think I'm gonna do what it is I did the last time. And this is just a bunch of old paint, bro, like red oxide, yellow oxide, dark red, violet. This is kind of like an industrial enamel, like what you'd get from Home Depot. I've had this stuff in a shelf for a long time, may as well use it. But I'm interested to know what it is all this is going to turn into, like what color it's gonna be. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put red oxide first. Red oxide. That's where we're at so far.
Well, we're gonna have an interesting color for sure. It's pretty close to what the color already is.
I know. Just darker.
Yeah, a little bit
like a dark red. All right, one more. Violet.
Oh man, it's gonna be purple.
Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty dark color. Bro. Well, that's the color, man. It's not far off from what it was, if I'm being honest. It's definitely a little bit darker.
It's still gonna look good, just having a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah, no, it's gonna look a lot better having a fresh coat. This looked really good whenever it was fresh.
Yeah,
and then it just went to shit after 3 years. I'm stoked because I didn't have to go out and spend $200-300 on paint. I have this stuff just sitting in there on the shelf, so hell yeah, here we go. Got this thing all edged up and got all the cracks done, so now it's just time to go ahead and start pouring some damn paint on the floor and rolling this shit. This is actually a pretty cool color. Definitely different, nowhere near the old color. Right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Dude, once we started putting it on the grounds when it really stood out, yeah, this has got a purple to it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, it's kind of like a dark reddish, purplish, brownish.
Violet.
Yeah, dude, it's, I don't know. Definitely different, but it's gonna look fresh. I'm excited. That's the process. We don't need no stinking paint tray around here. So it's the next day. Floor is, oh, that's closed. Open. Floor is dry. Well, at least I hope it is. Hell freaking yeah, man. It's pretty dope having a fresh floor. It's gonna break my heart, of course, whenever we put the first scratch in it, because you already know it's gonna happen. Anyhow, I'm kind of early this morning. Gonna go running around, see if I can't find some concrete tools. Our area is almost dry. Get out of my mud. Still some wet spots, but as soon as that sun hits it, it's gonna knock this shit out. But yeah, it's all compacted down now. I don't know if you guys can tell by looking at it, but I most certainly can. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna go running around. Braven's in the shower right now, so as soon as he gets out, we're gonna hit the road, go running around looking for some concrete tools. I noticed Harbor Freight has a small like hand tool set, which has some of the really important pieces that we need. The only thing that they don't have is a bow float, which is the big one that's on like a long handle. But I found a guy that has one on Facebook Marketplace that he's asking 80 bucks for. So anyhow, before we hit the road and while Braven's showering, I gotta go check the oil on the bourbon. But wish us luck, man, because if I can find all these concrete tools, then I'm probably gonna go ahead and try to pour the concrete and level it and everything myself. But that's only if we can find the tools. You'll find out tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like the video, man. All right, later.